Palantir has had quite the ride. What started as a niche data analytics startup became a poster child for defense tech booming, and saw its stock rocket while Silicon Valley peers were stuck in the mud. Under Donald Trump's presidency, investors treated Palantir like a secret weapon, a tech company essentially glued to government budgets. Why? Because Palantir's software lets the Pentagon, DHS, CIA and others mine mountains of data for security and intelligence, a perfect hedge when the markets get nervous about wars, hackers or trade wars. Its big government ties and focus on defense and cybersecurity made it feel almost too safe to fail, even when Apple and Nvidia were wobbling. Riding the MAGA tech wave. Under Trump, Palantir shot out of obscurity into the limelight. It grabbed huge contracts, a nearly $1 billion Navy software deal in late 2024, among others, and leveraged Peter Thiel's and Elon Musk's White House connections to zoom through red tape. By early 2025, Palantir's stock had surged 60% since Trump returned to power, making it the top S&P 500 performer in Trump's first 100 days. In fact, by February 18, 2025, Palantir closed at an all-time high of $124.62, after a 23% one-day jump on Q4 earnings day. Yes, one day. Why this faith in Palantir? Think of Palantir as the Swiss Army knife of government data. It can do predictive policing, spy satellite analysis, and corporate risk management all at once. Donald Trump's early 2025 budget proposals even spooked Wall Street with talk of more defense spending, Asia-Pacific focus, border wall, etc., and Palantir looked like a direct beneficiary. Reuters noted Palantir works with DHS and was one of Trump's 100-day winners as the military prioritized new software. Even police and armies abroad use it. In short, Palantir became a poster child for U.S. big tech that's firmly in the West's corner, exactly what a Trump-linked administration wanted. The data dynamo behind Palantir's safe stock image. At its core, Palantir sells software platforms, Foundry, Gotham, Apollo, and now AIP for defense, that let big organizations wrangle massive data. For the U.S. government, that means linking intelligence feeds, cyber networks, and supply chains into one view. For example, Palantir's Apollo Cloud service just earned FedRAMP High authorization, meaning agencies can quickly run cyber tools on it in the most secure environments. Government contracts. About 40% of Palantir's revenue is U.S. government work, and they've steadily racked up intelligence and defense deals since 2003. By contrast, many Silicon Valley firms would kill for this kind of predictable revenue. Cybersecurity boom. As cyber threats rise, Palantir's tools let agencies hunt hackers. It's like having a digital bloodhound on Wall Street, commercial growth. It's not all Pentago. Palantir sells to banks, manufacturers and healthcare too, any place with troves of data. In Q4 2024 their U.S. commercial sales were up 64% YOY, highlighting that private biz also wants a piece of Palantir's AI pie. If Palantir were a car, it's a tricked-out armored Humvee running on cutting-edge AI, built for boardrooms. This gadget vibe helped Wall Street look past tech sell-offs. Even when broader markets slid in early 2025, Palantir's government hooks kept it afloat. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you've commented, let's continue. But wait. If you are interested in stock news updates that might be relevant to your financial targets, join us and become a member for member-only videos. Find the link in the description section below. The $124.62 party, Palantir's February 2025 rally. All this buzz culminated in a blowout earnings report. On February 3, 2025, Palantir announced Q4 results that left analysts slack-jawed. Revenue hit $828 million, plus 36% YOY, with U.S. growth scorching, plus 52% U.S. sales and plus 45% U.S. government revenue year-over-year. Management guided 2025 top-line growth of 31%, far above the 23% the street expected. In CEO Alex Karp's words, Palantir was now at the center of the AI revolution. Investors responded like it was Independence Day. The stock jumped 23% in one day after the report and kept climbing on momentum news. By February 18, 2025, Palantir closed at $124.62, up 65% for the year so far, and up over 400% from a year prior. In other words, amid Wall Street fear of inflation and geopolitical fallout, Palantir was riding a rocket powered by AI hype and defense dollars. As one market pro put it, Palantir's executives had eviscerated consensus estimates with this report. Even retail traders, and big whales like BlackRock Vanguard, piled in to chase the rally. The thud, when the sky kit landed. But as fast as the stock soared, it came crashing down, and not because of bad earnings. The blink and it's gone sell-off was sparked by two big scares on February 19 to 20, 2025, AI CEO's sell plan. News leaked that CEO Alex Karp, who'd been slowly selling stock all through 2024, was lining up another possibly 10 million shares to dump. He had already offloaded about $1.9 billion in Palantir last year. Ouch. Investors hate insider selling, even if Karp says it's just diversifying. Pentagon cuts alarm. Almost simultaneously, multiple outlets reported that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told Pentagon brass to plan 8% annual cuts in the budget over the next 5 years. For a firm with 40% of its revenue from Uncle Sam, that sounded ominous. The result was a classic double whammy. 1 minute Wall Street was partying at $125, the next it was packing up. Palantir plunged 10–12% in a day, February 19, and soon tumbled into the high $80s, erasing almost all its post-earnings gains. Analysts scrambled. Morgan Stanley warned of a possible 25% pullback on lofty valuation, and CNBC's Jim Cramer possibly hastily tweeted, "Palantir will be back," as a meme of hope. But the fear was real. Reuters' Mark Girelli explained that a huge chunk of Palantir's $1 billion plus in yearly revenue comes from U.S. government agencies, so plans for defense cuts spooked holders. To mix metaphors, Palantir's rocket hit a budgetary speed bump. The broad market was also jittery. Tech indices were down 10% in early 2025, so the stock got caught in a general sell-off too. In short order, months of breathless gains were undone, a reminder that no matter how cool the gadgetry, Palantir still answers to the Pentagon's budget. Back in the saddle, Palantir's comeback. By spring 2025, the dust began to settle. Investors reasoned that even with cuts, Palantir's tools are exactly the kind of tech the Pentagon needs to do more with less. As Girelli put it, there is no software company better equipped than Palantir to drive the cost efficiency gains in government. Once that sunk in, Palantir climbed back above $120, basically retesting those February levels. The AI narrative was still intact, and Palantir was quietly winning new business, drone analytics here, big contract renewals there. Where Wall Street stands, price targets and projections. Palantir's future, as always, is polarizing. Wall Street is split between diehards and doubters. Here's the lay of the land: the bears, value guys. Many fundamental analysts think Palantir is still priced for a perfect storm of growth. The average one-year target among 27 analysts was only $90, $96, implying 20% downside from today's $120. Morningstar's $90 fair value is in that camp. They point out Palantir's PE is astronomical, 250, 300x forward earnings, and that if defense budgets really shrink, Palantir could miss. Some caution that management's optimistic $1.41. $8 trillion total addressable market is extremely hard to capture. The bulls, growth gamblers, others see Palantir as undervalued on a long horizon. Our charts and partnerships could lift it higher. Take 247 Wallst's forecast. They assume revenue hitting $8.5 by 2030, net income $3 and predict a 2030 stock price of $192. That's roughly 75% above today's level. They even give intermediate targets, $120 in 2025, $135 in 2026, $163 in 2028, etc. That assumes Palantir keeps growing 35% year and eventually trades at 15x earnings by 2030, still quite high. It's our privilege that God, the creator of heaven and earth, will bless us abundantly, make us the head and not the tail if we love him and obey his commandments. Please acknowledge him in your plans and he will direct your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Want more information? Please check the description section. Also again, if you are interested in more relevant stock news updates, consider becoming a member. Link in the description section. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. There are 3 more important steps to build wealth. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you highly motivate me to continue bringing to you educative and transformative videos every week. Do not miss out on our future videos full of knowledge and wisdom. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support is appreciated so much. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Thank you. See you in the next video by God's grace. We love you, and blessings to you.